doesn't it go figure? I go away for a couple of months, take a nice little vacation from Greenville, and sure enough, guess what happens when I come back? This happens. Yeah, doesn't that figure so much? The shareholders locked me out of the city because they were unhappy that I didn't complete the $1,000,000 playthrough. Well, you know what? Fine. I see how it is. We don't need them. Matter of fact, we're going to do our own playthrough. A brand new one that's much better and a lot more logical than this one. Alright? Although, I'm going to be honest, I am kind of disappointed I didn't at least get to drop a meteor on them on the way out. Hello, folks. Morgoth the Barbarian here, and we're back. We are back with a new season of City Skylines, which unfortunately was not my choice. Warriors. Y'all voted to see the $1,000,000 playthrough go through, but the game had other ideas, and due to an update, ended up voting for no. So, because my game is now crashed, we're unfortunately going to have to say goodbye to Greenville. Oh well. It was probably worth it. I was getting tired of all the corporate shenanigans anyways, so what better way to start off than to start a brand new city? And this time around, we're just going to play it straight through. No silly disasters, at least intentionally. Well, you know. No striving for corporate acceptance. We're just going to play it as is. Kind of what we did back in Season 1. I already got the map in mind, but first let me show y'all what mods we're doing, because there's been a few changes. I'll just slowly scroll through them. Of course, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons. It's much appreciated as we start this up again. And I will say one thing very quickly, though. In regards to City Skylines 2, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Love to see that announcement. I will definitely be getting that game later on, but as of this recording, we really don't know the release date or anything. All we know is by year's end, so I guess in a way that will kind of lead us out. That'll be the end game whenever that game decides to come about, but yep, I am safe to say I am hyped for that, and hopefully everybody else is too. Good times in First City Skylines. Good times. So, as of this recording, a new DLC just popped in. I don't really have access to it. I haven't really gotten it yet. Plus, I'm busy with other games at the moment. In fact, I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom as I'm recording this. Not at the same time, but kind of off camera and in my free time. So, that'll be a little bit of a distraction until then. So, where are we dropping in the meantime? Well, in honor of that new DLC, I suppose going here to Asanu Beach is appropriate. But you know what? We gotta name it something else other than Las Vegas, and I have just a thing, and this is kind of overdue. Bam. Of course. Why not? I did not mean to start the game, but okay, that works. So yes, we will call it the Shire, and we will start in the Asanu Beach scenario here. Fun times! And we will make sure to educate our citizens. But like I said, we're not laying off the disasters like we did in Season 2. At least not that I can control. Hint, hint. Who knows? I might have to make a call to Mother Nature every once in a while to remove a landfill or a cemetery. I mean, or I could just let them die out naturally. Anyways, nobody heard that. There's also no deals with generating as much money as we could. We're just here to play as it stands, so that's how this season will go, and we'll play until City Skylines 2 comes out. In which case, I'm sure this game will probably be yeeted into the next dimension. If they're going the Overwatch route. Yeah, and we all know how well Overwatch went afterwards. Not that I'm saying this will turn into Overwatch, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, with that being said, let's let the game load up, and I'll see you on the other side. Here we are, folks. Welcome to beautiful Asanu Beach. I know, doesn't look like much, just a bunch of highways and random stuff. But don't worry, we will get this all looking nice. So, what do we got here? Well, check this out right over here. Hang on. Oh, there we go. I was wondering why my camera buttons didn't work. Beautiful beach and even a little cove over here. Very nice. I've already got ideas for like beachfront like shenanigans, like beachfront hotels, beachfront living spaces, maybe a nice little cove over here. We can do something with this. So basically a lot of tourism. I also see quite a bit of farmland over on this side, or is that, that's what that looks like. I think this is a resource patch, so that's going to be interesting how this will work. So, now, in the past games, I've screwed up and not really taken advantage of any mass transit. So if we're going to do the tourism route, we got to take advantage of this main rail line. So the plan, if you will, would be to maybe about here, have it cut this way towards the beach. I'm aware there's an oil patch over here, and I think it might be the only one I'm seeing. And there's one over here, but I don't know if we can reach it. So we're going to, under the assume that this is basically the only oil patch we got, unless we can, say, reach this one or that one. I'm hoping we can reach this whole thing. We're only playing with 25 tiles, mind you, because my computer is not that good. But yeah, long story short, we built this rail line over here and maybe do like a, small little light rail or tram right up or monorail right up and down the beach over here. I'll figure out where to put the harbor and all that. I guess it only makes sense to have an airport somewhere in here, although I see patches of iron. We'll probably ignore all of that. Same with this farmland too, I'm afraid. And the forests. So basically, we build around this rail line, have it go this way. The main highway, I imagine, will probably loop around towards over here. There's going to be farmland over here. This highway will inevitably come across the bridge and maybe go across it. We'll do something with this little, I want to call it like patch of sand. We could turn it into like a lakefront area. And maybe have a canal go across this way. There's so much we can do with this too. We just got to plan it out a lot better than I have. And I think that's where I went wrong in the $1 Million playthrough last season. So that's kind of the general plan. But as you can see, well, none of that matters. Yeah, there's a slight problem of we've only got one little square. So with that being said, let's start the game. And now the game can begin. So yeah, none of what I just mentioned is going to work because, you know, there's that whole thing where, you know, I don't have anything. There's a whole bunch of new roads that came out in the, in between here. So we're going to be putting those to good use. In the meantime, I'm going to actually start with this. This will be our kind of our main thoroughfare. One thing I want to do, we'll build the rest of this out shortly, is not do that and do this. Have like a giant one main diagonal road go down here. It'll probably end somewhere in this vicinity, but somewhere we got to put a whatchamacallit, a good grief, a roundabout somewhere over here so that we can have the main road come over here, and somewhere we'll have that road come across to the highway. So I can do that sort of thing. So I'm actually going to put that in first. Correction. I am not going to put that in first because we don't have the population for it. Okay, that's fun. All right, never mind. We got to wait till we get 2,800 people. This is now a thing entered into the game. 4-lane roads and 4-lane roads with turning lanes now. They've added that instead of this with the median, which, if I'm being honest, that was annoying, the median. So, collisions may occur. That's kind of funny. 4-lane road. Okay. So here's what we're going to do, first of all. There we go. And then I'll just use this. We'll do the industrial district over here. The residential / commercial district over here. Although this will be kind of our main drag, if you will. We'll just build this out a little bit. Don't want to spend too much. And early game, since we actually do care about money, but not in that regard, I should probably build this out. Maybe like 3. Okay, now we got the basic outline here. So let me get the industrial district zone first. I'll just do 2. Okay, nothing major there. I'm going to do horizontal roads on this side. And about right here, we'll have our first main road. And we'll have another road come here. As I mentioned, there's going to be a roundabout somewhere in this vicinity. This, meanwhile, will inevitably get upgraded to a highway, but we'll deal with that later. That's why I'm leaving it the way it is. So that's the basic plan for that. So let's get the industrial zoned up. We'll get the commercial blocks set up. Probably over here, yep. And one over here, too. In fact, let me extend that real fast. Bear with me, it's been a while since I've played this game, so there's going to be some things going on. Okay, we'll upgrade those later on, too, as the game progresses. And then this whole remainder area gets to be residential right up until about there. For right now. Of course, we gotta have water. We'll just have the pumping station be over here. We need the good old-fashioned poop drain over there. Hooray. Gotta have one of those. This is the part where I always screw up. As everybody knows, I have forgotten water pipes. They're so easy to forget in this game sometimes. Go. One for this side, too. For future expansion. That is taken care of. And now we need the electricity things taken care of. Huh. We have an advanced coal power plant now. That was not in the game earlier, but that kind of got thrown in. I suppose, though, for the sake of saving money, we should probably have just a regular old coal plant. We don't have enough to get that. We got to make sure we have the basic infrastructure set up here before, you know, we do anything. Okay. Alright, we got everything set up, and with that, let the game begin. Again, we'll keep the game will keep going until, you know, it finally reaches its until the new game comes out. Alright, so give it 1 minute, and there we go. Now we got electricity to that. Coal plant is working as intended. Water plant is working as intended. Gotta go over to the budget real quick. I'm gonna knock these down all the way to 50 just to save some money here. Don't worry, I'm gonna be monitoring both on this as time goes on, but it's gonna take some time to get the money rolling. Alright, for a split second I thought we were going to have a sewage issue, but I guess not. Alright, it's going to take some time to get this thing rolling, but eventually once we get the large roundabout, I'll put it right about here and have that get that diagonal roll started, so it'll probably hit right around this area, but I would like to have a large one first before I do anything. So we're just gonna have to sit back and relax, and there we go, we're right in the green just like that. Excellent. So while we wait to become a little hamlet, let's see where we need to go towards. 90,000, and that unlocks every single tile in the game. Gotcha. But for right now, we're only concerned about becoming a little hamlet, as we're not even there just yet, so we'll need to give this some time. You know what? We'll start putting residential zones in new spots. I don't like putting it near the highway, but we don't have a choice. Not sure why there's a random block over here, but okay. There we go. Alright, and we'll just simply wait at this point because there's not much we can do. Alright, so give it a minute to get to 500. So in the meantime, as you can see, I got some new mods up in here. Of course, we can add water and move to sea level if we wanted to. Don't worry, I'm not going to do it. I'm not crazy. We can have ground resources where we can paint oil, or even, I think we can erase them too. And so we can kind of cheat. Don't worry, they're unlimited oil and iron. Otherwise, yeah, we're going to have we can have some fun with this. Speaking of which, now I can see we got the, alright, we got that rolling, so let's see. Suppose putting an elementary school on this side of the map is just fine. We'll have the medical clinic go right here. I believe that we need garbage production. Yes, we do. There we go. We got all that set up, and we're off. And actually, oop, wrong button. I'll knock those down, and I see the electricity's now beginning to, you know, be a thing. So rather than to build a new power plant, we'll just increase the budget. I'll increase it slowly until we get to a good level. There you go. And once this hits yellow, we can increase both percentages. But in the because our city isn't really producing very much, we don't really need to, you know, have that going at full blast, at least for the time being. So, oh boy, I already screwed up. Oh, I say I already screwed up. Ha! Nice. It was only a matter of time. I'm not gonna worry about it. There we go. Oh, good job, me. You've already left the roads kind of uneven. Well, that happens. Yes, that's just to expand this out a little bit more. Might as well expand this to the very end. Same with this one. I know it's not... Oh, we can't do that. I did it again. I know it kind of defeats the purpose of saving money, but so be it. We'll just... Yeah, so I figure we get the future expansion plans rolling for when we need them. Inevitably, we're going to have to build some more stuff here. Because we want our population to grow out. Let's get the future water pipes and anything else we could use. There we go. Suppose right around here. Well, right around here we'll have another road. Right around here we'll have another road. Move up. Okay. There we go. That's all set up and ready to go. So we'll wait for our demand to move upwards. And sure enough, we're there. Excellent. Things are doing just great so far. So let's see. There we go. Build another another one of those. I think we just made it to the next level. We did. Worthy Village. We can have loans and other stuff. So, hang on a minute. I need to play catch up a little bit more over here. Okay, that's all set. We're going to have to raise that a little bit. Raise it to 85. Raise this to 85. Raise the water to 65. Okay, that takes care of that problem. Now we need emergency services over here, so we need a fire station, which I'll promptly put over here for right now. I'm more concerned about crime in our residential areas than I am anywhere else, so we'll just put a police station right about there. Okay, there we go. We can't really do too much else for right now. And that's just what the basics. Let's see, taxes. Let's increase them to 10%. That seems fair for now. I mean, oh wait, wrong season. Wrong season. We're not doing that anymore, remember? Okay. So that is all set. Can we do the large roundabout that I'm looking for, or do we need even more? Not quite. I'm looking to not get the cloverleaf in. Oh, what? Well, oh, I get it now. This is kind of what I'm looking for, the large roundabout, not the small one. Have that diagonal road going. Again, I'll try to figure out how I get it into the highway and what have you. So let's see. Can build a couple more gravel roads to our north. Once we get more money, we can upgrade them to proper roads. But for the time being, I'll just leave them as is. Same with this. Once this gets to a highway, we can upgrade this whole intersection. But for right now, it's got to stay where it is. And with an eye on that in the future, we're going to have to do that. All right. I would build some over here, but that's going to get a little bit tricky. So let's see here. Oh my! The people are now demanding to come into our city. Ugh. Don't mind if I do, and I'll even expand on this a little bit. Alright. There we are. Expand this too while we're at it, towards the end of the street. There we go. I could even build a commercial buffer over here if I want to. Or later on in the game when we expand on this side of the map. I'm just going to focus on expanding on this end over here. That's not really doing too much. Let's see. There's not really too much in the policies department, and I'm afraid we're going to have to put our electricity at full blast because at 100%, because I'm already seeing that this is starting to flirt with that, and now the water's doing the same thing, so we'll set it to 80. Don't worry, we're still making money. It's all good. We gotta let it pour in though if we want to do some projects here. Oh, that is becoming to get full. That's what I was afraid of. Uh-oh. Realizing I need a roundabout over here, we'll ignore this for right now. Ah, we have our first fire. Nice. City's already trying to light itself on fire. That's a big no-no. I mean, look, they're gonna do what they want to do, okay? I can't help it. I can't help it. Again, I want to put a roundabout over here, so we'll hold off on that for 1 minute. Well, actually, I'll tell you what, we'll put 1 block in, but no more. I don't want to go too far into this, because if we do, that's going to be an issue. And clearly we got to have another water pipe go perpendicular to what we've got over here. That is all set and ready to go when they are. And oh my goodness, the people are demanding they come in. Look at the RCI indicator at the bottom there. My goodness. All right, we got a tiny town. We're getting close. But we need to hit Boomtown. That's when the real fun begins here. So I'm just going to keep going until we hit Boomtown. And then that'll be when things get really interesting around here, to say the least. So speaking of booming towns, we got to make sure our town is booming. Otherwise, yeah, that's not going to work. There we go. We'll just keep expanding outward. Okay, we can do recycling if we wanted to. Power's just fine. Well, I think we're at the point now where let's try a windmill. It's cheap but inexpensive, and ooh, the green is usually the best spot for this. Well. I think we've got a nice little spot over here. All right, we'll throw in one windmill. Sure, why not? We can build high schools now. Okay, got to keep the kids educated. We'll just plop one down right here. And the schools are getting crowded, I see. Okay. Got to make sure we have that. We can now build parks if we want to, but I'm going to hold off on that for the time being. Until we can get our bearings together. In the meantime, I want to start zoning a couple areas too. We'll get a couple of initial districts here. Got Fortin Square up here, there. And we'll just do that. And we got Highland Park up there. All right, excellent. We're getting this good and started here. So now we just got to make sure we make it to Boomtown over here. We'll be all set, so we'll give the people what they want, which is more jobs and stuff. So one more of this. I don't want to build this out too much, by the way. If we do, that's going to be an issue and a half. Oops, we screwed up. 1 second. There we go. Need me to make sure the coal plant is connected there. My bad. Although we could actually do that. So you know what? There you go. There you go. That works. We'll just get our money back on that. Okay. Landfill usage is still looking good. Uh-oh. Yep, the trucks are becoming an issue, so we gotta increase that. Thank you for telling me. We'll make it 70. Garbage trucks are still... That's really the only way I can tell if this is working or not. You know what? We'll just crank it to max. I think we're at the point now where we can afford to do that. Electricity's fine. Water is still fine for right now. We can put another... Fill this out as much as we possibly can here. I'd like to make one of these a main road at some point, but we'll leave it as is. Okay. There's no commercial demand. Bummer. And at this point, we're just waiting for 2,800, because that's when the real fun begins. We can put our initial roundabout and then get our... I guess you could call it main road to the beach in there. We'll deal with this highway too, but right now, that'll stay where it is. So, let's see. I suppose I could probably start building on this side of the map, too. We'll have a nice little commercial buffer over there so that nothing happens. And we'll keep that. I like to have a commercial buffer just so there's no residents living next to the industrial zones. Because they don't like that at all. They will not like the heavy pollution that's coming from that. It'll stink up the joint, and yeah, I'll get so many complaints about that. It's not even funny. Can we do death care yet, or is that no? It's 2,800. Okay. All right. I guess we'll start zoning on this side of the map. So as I mentioned, nice little commercial buffer, so that the residents don't have to smell the stench coming from that. And there you go. And then I believe at this point, we could probably use another police and fire station for the area just to cover it. No, the fire station's actually getting it. Okay, it's this area that's the problem. Speaking of issues. Yeah, I kind of need to, have another one of those. Make it a double. But as you can see, alright, we'll put one more in there. That should do the trick. Start throwing in some windmills there. Alright. Water needs to be cranked up to the absolute max. 100%. I don't know how the sick people are dealing with right now. Alright, we're doing good. We have no room for death care at the moment, but so be it. These are looking good right now. I know there's no education on this end, but so be it. We need to do more with the industrial district. I don't want this being too big because A, it's temporary, and B, that'll cause issues. And there you go. We managed to make it to 2,800. Excellent. That's what I was looking for this whole time. That's exactly what we were looking for. So let me drop one more little and just finish this off. Scale this back a little bit. Fill in the gaps. Not do whatever it is I just did. Hold on. Oh, we don't even need that. Now you tell me. All right. But we do need all that just so it connects to both of those. Okay, that's all set. All right, we're not going to do anything more in development land, except now, remember that this is going to be the key to our city, and this is why I wanted to build it first. This is going to set us up for the future here. As I mentioned in the opening, I would like to have a big road go diagonally like that. So we're going to need to have this snap to this. As long as it's angling perpendicularly. Okay, the game's going to now mess with me a little bit. Hold on, we'll deal with the electricity thing in just a second. I want to do this because this is kind of important. This will help set us up. Oh, that's right. Alright, hold on. And as long as we, have it connected to that, it's fine. So let me see if it's angled correctly first. Alright, it's running perpendicularly, so as long as it's in this shape, we're fine. And then what we need to do is make sure... I think this is a very good spot for it, right about here. So there you go. There we go. That's what we were looking for. We need to do that first and foremost. Delete this. I suppose we could have this run diagonally throughout the city. This might be a nice touch, especially if it's running into the oil patch. And with the downtown area being approximately right here, this will help us out a little bit. So I'm going to leave that in. But this is getting deleted. This is getting deleted. This is getting connected to it. And I know it looks a little bit awkward, but don't mind it. I believe that's the game. Okay, that is the game being the game. Alright, whatever. Suppose the game wants me to do that. I will. And then, let's see. Medium or large? I'm expecting a lot of traffic in the future, so I'd say at this point, what we could do is either do the 4-lane road with the median. I mean, I do want to inevitably crank it up to a 6-lane highway, but we'll worry about that right next, later in the future. I could do this. And the thought would be, at least it gives me room to upgrade to a 6-lane road down in the future. A 6-lane road with the median. And then just a basic 6-lane road. This is trash. I'm not doing that. You know what? This is going to look awkward, but we're going to use this one for the time being. So there you go. And then we're just going to throw this in a horizontal fashion until we can make the end of the city. So there you go. There's your initial road. I suppose we could, if I wanted to, for this road, do that. And with the thought of a highway coming over here, now I'll figure something out with the highway here, actually. I mean, the highway's probably going to have to run elevated, which is my best guess. So, you know what? We'll just leave the little stub for right now. I know that's sticking halfway out in the intersection. Probably not the best thing ever, but whatever. Whatever. You know what? If it works, it works, okay? That's exactly what I was looking for there. And in the meantime, let me drop down another couple windmills here. Electricity's starting to get nuts. There. There we go. That should be all the windmills this city needs. And I believe we've now just inadvertently connected the whole city, so there you go. I say inadvertent because I didn't mean to do that, but yeah, we did anyways. So there we go. We got the basic city set up. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Now, is there anything else in the meantime that we could do real quick? I believe we now have to deal with death care, right? Yes, it's bring out your dead time, so it only makes sense to have a cemetery installed. Let me see if I can find a good spot for it. Alright, that looks like a good spot for it. Sure, why not? Doesn't go all the way to the end of the city, but so be it. And I believe we are all set at this juncture, so that's going to do it. I'm going to stop it right there. And there you go. We now have the first episode complete. Of course, we should save this playthrough, because Lord knows if this game will crash or not. So, there we go. We got the initial city set up. We got our beachfront road, and that'll inevitably connect to the beach once the time has come. But we can work around this, so I think next time we'll get the highway part started here. Now we have access to highways. I'll worry about dealing with this later. And of course, we'll continue to grow the city. Maybe we'll throw in a park or so. So, I mean, the number one thing is to grow this city to Megalopolis as quickly as we can. And just go from there. So with that being said, the very first episode is all set. So, of course, thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully you'll join me on whatever this is going to end up being. It'll probably be a disaster. Not as much as the last time. I mean, I have no plans to throw any meteors at the city. Thank you for watching. Hit those like and subscribe buttons, and pretend like I didn't just say that. As in, I'm up to no good.